day, folks, and welcome back to another review. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at the Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Deluxe Soundwave. Soundwave comes packaged in aircraft mode on a traditional deluxe-sized card. Laserbeak is clearly visible in the packaging. The card provides a canvas for a large image of Soundwave pictured next to the Decepticon emblem. The card back includes the traditional bio, as well as images of the toy in robot and vehicle mode. There's also artwork advertising Transformers Prime at the bottom. The tech specs are found on the left side of the packaging, and on the right you can find the series number. One thing I neglected to mention in my previous Deluxe Class reviews was the paper ties they use to hold the figure in the packaging. These ties seem to be a little bit easier to untie than we've seen in the past. And here we have Soundwave's alt mode. Soundwave transforms into an unmanned aerial vehicle, or a UAV, sometimes referred to as a drone. And for the most part, this is a very good approximation. There are some small details that are different, but I'm especially pleased with this long, thin wingspan. If you compare the scale of the vehicle, which, yes, I did, I'm that much of a nerd, I am an engineer after all, the scale of the wingspan to the fuselage actually comes out pretty close to a Predator drone, which surprised me. Now, there are a few things. There is quite a bit of robot sticking out on the bottom side, but they did at least include a landing gear this time, and there's also a 5mm port on here that allows Laserbeak to attach if you want him to, or you can just leave him off if you like the cleaner look. Now let's take a look at Soundwave's transformation process. The process itself is pretty simple, and mostly just involves moving limbs around into their proper positions. The most difficult part of the process seems to be making sure his shoulder parts unfold in the proper order. The most interesting part of his transformation, I find, is the unique way that his feet unfold. He does have an automorph feature which allows his head to spring up, which to me, like many automorph features, I feel is unnecessary. And here's Soundwave in his robot mode. Overall, I like the aesthetic of Soundwave. He matches pretty closely to what we expect from the show. His articulation is kind of limited. His shoulder is really just a swivel joint, although there's a bicep swivel here in the elbow. He does have a thigh swivel here too, but the feet can be a little bit wonky. He's not too bad though for posing. Soundwave's face is as detailed as ever, meaning nothing. But there is a bit of a problem. There's this automorph gimmick that they have to flip the head up. It makes the head a little floppy, so it's kind of hard to pose his head in any good looking up position because his head tends to spring back down. One thing that does strike me a little odd are these hands. I know Soundwave is fairly skinny and spindly, but there's no way for these hands to actually grasp anything. They're just kind of long, thin pieces of plastic. Laserbeak plugs snugly into Soundwave's chest, and even with them removed, his chest is still decent, although there are these big cavities up here that kind of look like something needs to fill them. As for Laserbeak himself, there actually is a bit of transformation. although it's not a whole lot. And Laserbeak does look pretty much like his show model, but his show model is pretty plain to begin with, so there's not a whole lot to him. So far, Soundwave is one of the best character representations in the Transformers Prime lineup. What he lacks in posability and transformation, he more than makes up for in accuracy. Just look into that cold black stare to see what I mean. He's definitely a worthy addition to any Transformers collection.